What is up, our Scott Casey Gale's World of News and Entertainment viewers and subscribers? This is Scott Casey Gale, and today I'm going to give you my recapping review of Vice Principals Season 1, Episode 2, entitled A Trusty Steed. And it was yet a fantastic episode, a lot more funnier than the series premiere. Okay, Neil, Gabby, and Lee Russell are still in their temporary alliance, trying to find ways to bring new principal Dr. Brown, played by Kimberly Herbert Gregory, down. Lee is still sucking up, bringing her coffee and laughing at her jokes, despite speaking harshly behind her back. She doesn't need coffee, she needs a colon cleanser. Dr. Brown is still bossing Neil around, forcing him to get to school early to help with driver's education. She takes things further by making him get biscuits for the entire staff every Tuesday morning. Quick aside, we don't really get to see much of the cafeteria work of Deshawn, played by Sean McKinney, this week, but we know he vapes, so he has to be a cool guy. Neil gets even more fed up once Dr. Brown brings in an associate of hers to do an evaluation of everyone at the school. Gabby is also $800 behind in stabling fees for his daughter, the Janelle. On top of all that, Dr. Brown forces Neil to fire poor Mrs. Libby, who's worked at the school for 30 years. Apparently, Brown wants her fired because she comes to work 30 minutes late every day due to a power walking thing she does. Gabby, you're going to fire her for working on that body. But it was one of the episode's best lines. Neil reluctantly fires Mrs. Libby and soon meets up with Lee Russell so they can dig up some dirt on Brown. Before they stop at her house, they make a quick stop at Lee's, and we get to know a little more about his character. Neil and Lee's exchange outside his house is beyond hilarious. Is this where she lives? What a real shithole. This is my house, motherfucker. It's a mid-century sea ranch, Lee says. Neil and Lee go to Dr. Brown's house, starting up by going through her trash. When all they find are old tampons and empty bottles of cocoa butter. Neil decides to break into the house. They still find nothing. What kind of people have nothing to hide? So Lee decides to break a few things. Lee then encourages Neil to join him in breaking things which quickly escalates into the two breaking pretty much everything in the house. So now the DNA is over. Everything. What do they do now? Lee burns down the house and the two escape. This scene was so much fun to watch. And it was a bold move in showing how far these two will go. Back at the school, Dr. Brown's associate has concluded that Neil and Lee are reliable vice principals. She now trusts them enough to play with her as she becomes distraught, but still focuses when she discovers her house is burned down. Lee tells Neil that he's gained a little respect for him after the house incident and lets him know that this shit will just have to be dirty. He then gives Neil a diamond he stole from Brown's house. Neil is against stealing at first, but quickly uses the diamond to pay off the stabling fees he owes for Janelle's horseback riding. Danny McBride and Walton Goggins' chemistry has been really well improving, with Goggins stealing nearly every scene. I love where the alliance is going the insults. And the F-bombs are always hilarious. Also, Kimberly Herbert Gregory is providing to be a solid antagonist. Dr. Brown could have been used more days Sean this week, but it was good. And the verdict. And I would give this episode 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way up. I really enjoyed this. I agree with the guy. Both Danny McBride and Walton Goggins make a good comedy deal. Both Danny McBride and Walton Goggins make a good comedy dude. I mean, Walton Goggins, just the way he delivers the line is just hilarious. I gotta say that I think Walton Goggins is more funny than Danny McBride in the show. I wish this show would last more than 2 seasons, but that's what Danny McBride wanted. Next year, 2017, will be the final season, so pretty much this is a mini-series. Anyway, comment down below in the comment section. Tell me, Scott Casey Gale, what you thought about this episode. What do you think is going to happen in the final 7 episodes of Season 1. Anyway, subscribe to me, Scott Casey Gale's World of News and Entertainment. Subscribe to my best close friends. BB717, JH Films, and the Content Kid 14. And subscribe to and subscribe to the Nation Wrestling Shooters, NWS Revolution, NWS Network. Subscribe to Global Smith Entertainment, and subscribe to Godzilla Hawk, and subscribe to AWA Mitchell Miele, and Small Screen Scene. You stay classy, live long, and prosper, and peace out.